for that commitment. Listen to how the room changes.
I know that's not true. I know what time you got to her house, Danny, and it wasn't after 9.
Well, I don't know the exact time.
Okay.
You're
not
asking
even.
me, you're asking me.
What you're telling me is not true. You didn't just go over there for.
I went over there and get the charger key. The charger key is still in my car now.
Okay. I'm not saying you didn't get the charger key, but I'm telling you that you weren't over there for any 20 minutes. You were over there for some time. And you were the only one over there. Because nobody else came in that house. And I know this for a fact. I'm not going to lay out my whole case, but you know how I know.
I already know who was all over her house.
Okay.
So she told me her friend D.
Yeah, her friend D left probably about 7 o'clock that night. Probably about 7:15. Somewhere in that time frame, she was gone. So I'm giving you a chance. This is your chance, Danny. If you want to look like a monster and a cold-blooded killer, then that's what you're going to look like. But if you came over there and things just went wrong and it was an accident or you lost your temper or it was a mistake, then now's the time for you to tell me. But if you want to stick to the fact that we're crazy and all this evidence I have is terrible. Okay, people understand when people screw up and make a mistake.
I didn't make no mistake because I know I didn't do this. I put my right hand to God. I didn't do this.
Okay. Why did you tell me you didn't own a gun?
I didn't. She did.
No, you told me that you didn't own a gun.
I never owned a gun.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. She had a little. I mean, when I first got to Florida, I had a 25. She had a 22,
Mm-hmm.
and she kept it up in the box in her closet.
When I interviewed you, I specifically asked you if she owned a gun. And you specifically told me that she did not own a gun.
Well,
And you
told
gotta let me finish. You interrupted me.
Okay,
I'll let
go
you
ahead.
talk. You specifically told me that she did not own a gun, and you told me that she wouldn't own a gun. I mean, that was your word. She was like, she didn't.
She's in the Navy.
I'm telling you what you told me. This is what you told me. Okay, and then I have other people who have given me testimony saying they saw that gun in your
I'm
house.
not worried about them.
Okay, well, you should be worried,
I'm
Danny.
not worried about other people.
You should be worried. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to look like you went over there with the sole purpose to kill her. And now I know things were rough. The first time we talked, you told me that you were over at your house when you got some text messages from Andrea
Yes.
saying that she needed help. And
Yes.
that you went over there after you went and picked up Jones. That you and Jones went over there together.
Yes.
And that you found her.
Yes.
And I'm telling you right now that I can prove that's not true. I have evidence to prove that you were at that house before that.
Yes. Yes. I was at the house before that. Yes. And
Okay.
I went and picked up her charger key.
Okay.
She gave me the charger key.
What time did you pick up the charger key?
It was about 9 something.
What time did you get there?
I can't remember the exact time.
Do you know what time you left?
I can't remember. It went shortly after she gave me the key.
So you're telling me you got there at 9 something.
It's between 9:30 and 10 or something like that.
Did you go in the house?
Hmm?
Did you go in the house?
Yes. She opened the door and let me in.
Okay. And were you there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes?
It's probably 15, 20 minutes.
Did you guys argue?
No,
There was no arguing between you two.
no. She gave me the key.
And then you
Cause
left.
she know how my car is. She know my car. I had to put it in the shop and get the oil change. My tire was bad, so she gave me the charger key. I still got the charger key.
When you left, did you go straight home?
Yeah, I was pretty home.
And how long were you at home before you started getting messages from her?
She started mentioning me about 11 something. 11 something.
She started. How long had you been? Had you been home for?
Yeah, I went home.
Been home for an hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Like 30, 35, 45 minutes.
So if you started getting messages from her about 11, you're saying you were at the house for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yes.
At her house or at your house
In my house.
before you got that. So you're telling me that you were probably at your house by at least 10:15.
Yeah.
The detective has done something simple but decisive. Beard has placed himself inside Washington's house. He limits the visit to 15 or 20 minutes. He says he went straight home. And he accepts the detective's summary that he was home by about 10. None of that proves what happened. It does give investigators 4 claims they can check. The detective's very next sentence tells us he was waiting for that commitment. Listen to how the room changes.
I know that's not true. I know what time you got to her house, Danny, and it wasn't after 9.
Well, I don't know the exact time.
You're not even.
You're asking me.
What you're telling me is not true. You didn't just go over there for.
I went over there and get the charger key. The charger key is still in my car now.
Okay. I'm not saying you didn't get the charger key, but I'm telling you that you weren't over there for any 20 minutes. You were over there for some time. And you were the only one over there. Because nobody else came in that house. And I know this for a fact. I'm not going to lay out my whole case. But you know how I know.
I already know who was all over her house.
Okay.
So she told me her friend D.
Yeah, her friend D left probably about 7 o'clock that night. Probably about 7:15. Somewhere in that time frame, she was gone. So, I'm giving you a chance. This is your chance, Danny. If you want to look like a monster and a cold-blooded killer, then that's what you're going to look like. But if you came over there and things just went wrong, and it was an accident, or you lost your temper, or it was a mistake, then now's the time for you to tell me. But if you want to stick to the fact that we're crazy and all this evidence I have is terrible. Okay, people understand when people screw up and make a mistake.
I didn't make no mistake because I know I didn't do this. I put my right hand to God, I didn't do this.
So, why did you tell me you didn't own a gun?
I didn't. She did.
No, you told me that you didn't own a gun.
I never owned a gun.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. She had a little. I mean, when I first got to Florida, I had a 25. She had a 22,
Mm-hmm.
and she kept it up in a box in her closet.
When I interviewed you, I specifically asked you if she owned a gun. And you specifically told me that she did not own a gun.
Well,
And you
told
gotta let me finish. You interrupted me.
Okay,
I'll let
go
you
ahead.
talk. You specifically told me that she did not own a gun, and you told me that she wouldn't own a gun. I mean, that was your word. She was like, she didn't.
She's in the Navy.
I'm telling you what you told me. This is what you told me.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have other people who have given me testimony saying they saw that gun in your
I'm
house.
not worried about them.
Okay, well, you should be worried,
I'm
Danny.
not worried about other people.
You should be worried. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to look like you went over there with the sole purpose to kill her. And now I know things were rough with you guys, and I know they were up and down. And I know that isn't totally your fault. I know that she was still talking to you, and I think you were probably thinking she was leading you on. But I'm telling you right now, if you stick to this, you're going to look like a cold-blooded murderer. And that's what you're going to look like. All this evidence right here is you. If you flip about right in here, these are all discs. Surveillance discs, stuff I pulled off your car disc, things that I pulled off of your phone, things I pulled off of your Facebook. I've been pretty busy the last couple months. Okay, and I'm not going to step to you if I don't know what I'm doing.
That was 4 tactics in 3 minutes. First, the detective rejects the timeline. Then he offers a face-saving possibility, an accident or a loss of temper. When Beard refuses, he compares today's gun explanation with the earlier interview. Finally, he opens the file and lists surveillance, car, phone, and Facebook material. The pressure is structural. Each answer now has to fit Beard's earlier words and the records on the table.
Being a man is owning up to what you did.
I am a man. And I know I ain't do this.
I know you did it. For a fact you did it.
Okay.
You killed that woman.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
And we can prove it.
You can say what you want to say. I know I did. I don't care what evidence you
What about
got.
the evidence? What about when the evidence says you
I don't care
did?
what evidence you got. You can't put me to killing her.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. So when 5 minutes ago, when you lied to me about what time you were over there and what time you left, that's the second time you lied about it.
They don't.
That says a lot.
They don't. No, it don't. It don't give you the alibi that I did this.
It does when you've already told me 2 lies about being over there. Why are you lying about being over there?
I told you. I went over there to get the charger key.
Okay. Where did you park when you went over there to get the charger key?
I parked because I ain't supposed to. She told me to park at the at the mailbox.
You parked at the mailbox.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
and
she didn't want me to park in front of the house.
And how did you know that?
She told me.
When did she tell you that?
She told me on Messenger.
On
She
Messenger.
called me.
She told you to park in the mailbox?
Yes.
That's not true. Because I looked on there and that message isn't there. But I do know you called her. You called her at 8:55
Yes.
when you were
I
there.
said on Messenger. I didn't say on
Right.
Messenger text. On Messenger. She told
But
me to
you
park
called
in the
her.
mailbox.
When you got there.
Okay, so you didn't see no calls from her on there.
I did.
To me.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she wasn't calling you. Don't think I'm not. Don't think that I think that you were the only one contacting her. I know. I've seen all the messages.
Okay.
I see all the messages on hers. Even though you erased all yours up until that day, I have all of hers between you guys. So I know she was contacting you. So don't think I'm not seeing the whole big picture. I'm seeing the big picture.
Okay.
But, when you tell me, I'm over there after 9, that's just not true.
I really don't know the time thing.
And you weren't over there for any 15 minutes, I'll tell you that. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Notice what happened to the mailbox detail. Beard says Washington told him on Messenger not to park out front. The detective says that instruction is not in the messages he reviewed. But a call at 8:55 is. A detail meant to explain the parking creates a second question. Where is the communication that supports it? The detective is no longer arguing about memory in general. He is asking which parts of the story leave a trail. We are cutting a repetitive court discussion and a separate allegation about a former partner. The next useful exchange shows how Beard describes specific property damage.
Why would you break her phone?
Say again?
Why would you break her
Well, she
phone?
broke mine.
So she broke your phone and then you turned around and broke hers?
Yeah.
Was there a reason why she broke your phone?
Because I had a message in my phone.
She told me the opposite. She said you found some messages and went crazy and
Yeah,
busted up her
I
phone.
did find message because she had naked pictures on the phone saying somebody else.
And that pissed you off about Andrea as well? That's not.
Me and Andrea had problems, but our problem didn't lead to this. I would never do this. I know, my family knows, God knows I would never do this.
Well, she says that you put your hands on her
Who?
before you killed her, Andrea.
I put my hands on her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That ain't what she told my mama.
Well, I'm telling you what she's told the police, what she told the Navy, and what she told all her friends on her Facebook
One
Messenger.
thing I'm not worried about is the Navy. Navy
Oh, I
can't
know
touch
you
me.
ain't worried. You even put messages on there that they can't touch you. You ain't in the Navy.
Well, they can't.
And you're right. I'm just saying that that's the extent that she went to. She let everybody know what you did to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she took pictures and let everyone know what you did to her doors. And she was asking you to pay her doors back, and you were telling her you were going to pay for those doors
Yeah, and I paid for them.
because you kicked them in.
Yeah.
Why would you?
And I paid for them.
Okay. So my point to you is to sit there and tell me that You've never been violent with anyone, and all your family knows that.
That's not being violent. If I didn't kick her, I kicked the doors. That's totally different.
Why did you kick her doors?
Just off. Instead of taking it out on her, I kicked the door.
Beard does not deny every act. He admits breaking the phone and kicking the doors. Then he draws a boundary, property, not a person. That is minimization by definition. He is narrowing the label instead of disputing the conduct. It matters as relationship context because Washington had obtained a temporary protection injunction, but it is not a confession to her killing. The detective still needs evidence tied to that night. After a quick paid promotion, watch the detective test that narrow definition against Beard's broader description of the relationship. Before we continue, I want to thank today's sponsor, Hidden Clues. If you're the kind of person who watches a case and tries to solve it before the truth is revealed, this game is made for you. Hidden Clues is a detective mystery game where you investigate fictional cases, search detailed crime scenes, collect evidence, and rebuild the timeline piece by piece. But it's not just a random hidden object game. Every clue has a purpose, a receipt, a phone timestamp, a key card log, a voicemail note, one small detail that can break an alibi. As you play, you compare suspect statements against the evidence, decide what actually matters, and try to prove what happened before making your final deduction. The first case is free, so you can try it without paying. Download Hidden Clues using the link in the description and see if you can solve the case. Thanks again to Hidden Clues for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to the case.
Why did you smash her iPad?
Smash her who?
Her iPad.
iPad.
Yeah, she had an iPad that was all smashed that she said you smashed.
Oh, my iPad.
Her tablet.
That's my iPad.
Well, she said it was hers.
It's purple iPad. If it's purple iPad, got purple cover, it was mine.
You just smashed your own iPad?
Yes.
Any reason?
Yes, because I had pictures in there of the women. And I smashed it.
Okay. Were you going through her phone at that morning? Not the morning. Not the morning she was killed, but the morning that you guys got into a fight. Were you going through her phone? Is that what started that argument?
Me and Andre had understanding. Like, we went through our differences.
Danny.
Andrea knew. She knew what I was doing. She knew I talked to other women. She's in the Navy. She gone all the time, so she know. That's common sense.
Danny, I got video of you guys tussling over the phone. You're sitting at the dang bar or whatever. I can't remember if it was the bar or the table, and you're sitting in a chair, and she's sitting on the couch, and she gets up, and you're going through that phone, and she comes over there, and you guys start tussling over that phone. So, I'm telling you right now, I'm done.
Yeah, it's a phone. Who won't?
Why are y'all tussling over a phone?
That's all. That's relationship. We go.
Well, don't go through a rough time.
It's a
but
phone.
When you sit there and tell me that you guys trusted each other,
I never said we trusted each other.
and she knew what you did.
It never came out of my mouth and said
Okay.
we
What
trusted
did you
each
say?
other.
What did you say?
I said all relationships have problems.
Okay, I had problems, but what did you say after that?
I never said.
Didn't you say you had an understanding?
Yeah, we had understanding. There's not trust. I said understand. That's totally different. She know what I did.
So
She know what I was doing.
did you know what she was doing?
Hmm?
Did you know what she was doing?
I know when you were talking to someone else.
Did that bother you?
No,
It didn't bother you.
no, because I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
Why would something bother me? And
I'm telling you that I have Facebook messages that are totally different than what you're telling me, and you reacting and acting totally different than what you're telling me.
I knew what Andre was doing.
Okay. So why were y'all fighting over a phone?
Fighting over her phone?
Yeah.
Why would I fight over her phone?
I don't know. I don't know if she didn't want you going through it, and you were going through it because you wanted to see who she was talking to. But
I already knew who she was talking to.
who was she talking to?
You know, I had friends in the Navy too.
So who was she talking to?
Some guy named Terrence. I already knew.
Did you ever talk to Terrence?
Nope.
Had you ever met Terrence?
Nope. Told you I had friends in the Navy. I know.
When you say she was talking to him, do you think they were involved, or just friends?
I don't know. I was doing my own thing. She did hers.
I don't understand why you, when I ask you a question like that, that's a basic question. For you to sit there and tell me that it doesn't bother you, it's odd because I saw your messages between you two.
Yeah.
And I know it bothers you.
It's a message.
Okay.
It's a message.
Right?
That's what men do.
Here, the same strategy gets a broader frame. Beard calls the phone struggle something people in relationships go through. He also says Washington talking to another man did not bother him. The detective counters with a specific video and messages. The useful question is not whether Beard looks jealous. It is whether his description of an ordinary understanding fits the records the detective says he has.
That morning, did you threaten her with a gun?
Oh.
Why would she report to the police that you...
The police report that all this was because she went through with all this court stuff, me going to court and stuff like that. That's why they did not press charges on me then. Because for one, when they went to the house, they said only reason we didn't put a warrant out for your arrest because Miss Washington didn't open her mouth. It was all her friends. Andrea know how much I love her. Andrea know that I wouldn't do nothing to harm her. She know this. That's why they did not press charges on me when they put on.
She was scared to death of you, Danny.
Man, whatever.
I'm telling you, I read those messages. What about that time when she was sitting on the porch?
Okay, if she scared the mess of me, why didn't she tell the police that when he came to the house and did the report? She did not open her mouth.
She did. She reported everything that happened.
No, she didn't.
I can read you the report.
I already know because the police told me. He said she did not open her mouth.
He may have been telling you that to protect her, but I'm telling you, she reported to the police what happened.
No.
And she talked about the
She
fight.
didn't report to the Navy did.
And no, I'm telling you, she did.
I
know
everything.
Okay, well, that day that you acted like you were in the house and you sent her a message and you were actually watching her on the video surveillance, she called the police that day.
I know.
Well, you just told me that she didn't.
Yeah.
She called the police that day.
No, she didn't call the police. Her friend called the police.
Okay, she had her friend call the police. But
that's how I know everything.
Okay. But I'm telling you, she spoke to the police. Danny, I'm going to tell you this right now.
She spoke to the police.
Yeah. I have not lied to you one time in this room.
When the police got there, he said Miss Washington didn't open her mouth. She said if she did, we would have came to your mother's house that night and arrested you.
That's not true. Not only did she provide a statement there, but she also went to court and got an injunction against you shooting. And she provided a statement there.
The Navy told her to go to court and get an injunction.
Well, she still went there and got one.
Yes.
And she provided a statement against you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like all the other times,
Yeah.
she said I did this and I did that. And the text message she sent me, she apologized for saying that.
Yeah. Well. Did she send you a message that day, apologizing for what you say is her?
She sent it the night before.
She did.
Yeah.
The detective is now using documents to test Beard's version of the days before the killing. He lists the police report, the injunction, and surveillance access. Beard disputes why no arrest happened earlier and who placed the police call, but he also says he knew about the surveillance incident. That matters because the next reveal is not another character argument. It is a time-stamped message from the night Washington died.
It's weird that you're telling me that you were over at her house sometime after 9 o'clock, because when I pull your phone, I find messages from her sent to you saying that she's outside of your house.
In my house.
Yeah, it's right here. Right here at, and you're telling me just after 9 you're over at her house. But then over here at 9:15 it says, hey. And then you say, what, Andrea? You know I can't text me all lies you told. I know, Danny, I'm sorry. I just wanted you out. I'm sorry. I told them you kicked me and stuff, but you wouldn't leave me. So so I sorry. Right? And then you're sending her one back. Now I got to go to court. You guys go on and on and on. She's telling you to forgive her. She tells you that she's outside your door. Why would she tell you she's outside her door, your door, if you're sitting at her house?
That's a good question.
Yeah. You're over at her house, you're on her phone sending yourself messages. So when you go to court the next day, you can show the judge. Well, I'm staring at it. It's right here.
Okay, so where's her phone?
You tell me. You took her phone.
Separate what is recorded from what is alleged. The message says Washington is outside Beard's house. Beard says he is inside hers. The detective then goes further and accuses him of sending messages from Washington's phone. That authorship claim is the investigator's theory in this room. The video does not independently prove it, but the timing conflict is concrete, and Washington's phone was missing.
With her phone?
You took her phone, but I don't, the biggest thing is I have your phone, and I have your other phone that you lied to me about having.
What other phone?
And your phone I found on your bed.
Why did I lie?
You told me.
No, I didn't. I didn't lie about
What'd
it.
you tell me?
You asked me, would I have, no, you asked me about my phone. I said, yes, I have a phone. Then I gave you permission to go in my house. So how did I lie about it if you got
Because when I asked you about your phone, you told me that you didn't know where it was anymore, and that it had no service on it. That's what you told me.
That's my old phone. That's my other phone.
Okay.
I have another phone that got lost.
But that one was still active on your bed, correct?
No,
Yeah.
it was on the Wi-Fi, so it's not active on the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Is there any reason why there was a bunch of surveillance pictures on that phone from you checking her surveillance on that phone?
I got the what's called to it.
You got the what?
My name is under my what's called under my email. Anytime they have a problem, who you think they call?
So you're telling me you had access to it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're not living there is what I'm getting at, correct?
Yes.
You've been out of the house for probably 2 weeks.
Yes.
You've been living in this place on Vern Drive for probably 1 week. You were living at your mom's before that, and then you moved into this place. Oh, you
I've
weren't?
been at Vern Drive.
How long?
I've been at Vern Drive. Probably about 3 weeks. I just stayed at my mom's house. My
Right.
stuff been at Vern Drive.
So you've been over there for about 3 weeks. But why did you continue to check her surveillance?
It's under my thing. What's the difference? She come see me anyway. She at my house.
I know she did. I think she probably saw you that Thursday.
No, she came see me one week. She came the whole week. She right there by the base.
Yeah. But you still didn't answer my question.
Look,
Why are you checking her video?
if it's on my phone, if it's under my what's called, I can actually do anything if it's under my email.
I get that. I'm not sweating you on that and saying that you didn't have a right to if you had access. If you had access, but I'm asking you what. Because I'm telling you right now, when I dumped your phone, there was like
I'm checking on her.
You were just checking on her.
She said she's scared to stay in the house by herself.
On the second phone, Beard answers a question the detective did not quite ask. He says the surveillance was under his email and that he had access. That answers whether he could check it. The detective keeps asking why he checked it after moving out. Only after repetition does Beard say Washington was afraid to stay alone. That is why, he says, he kept watching. This is an option narrowing move. It separates permission, capability, and purpose.
Now, can you explain, and I hate to keep harping on these messages, but can you explain why she would send you a text that she's at your house on the 16th at 9:30 when you, in fact, are in her house? I mean, it's right. I got it right here. Danny, I'm sorry, but it's what it is. I'm not happy with you anymore. That's why I lied, because you wouldn't leave. I'm sorry. Can you open the door? I'm outside your house. Are you going to tell me that you didn't send that?
No.
You're not going to tell me that, okay?
No, why would
So you did send it
Why would I send something like that?
to help you in court.
That's something. That's something I'm not worried about. It's her phone.
Right. But why would she say I'm outside
If I had her phone, you can track her phone at my house. You'll know
Right.
where her phone is.
Yes, it wasn't at your house.
Okay, then.
And
So
never-
I don't have it.
Right, but that's my point. You were at her house.
Yeah, you were at her house getting the charger key.
Why would she send you a text message saying that she's at your house? That makes no sense. You're setting the stage here, Danny.
I'm not saying nothing. Like I said, we can deal with it in court however y'all want.
Okay.
This is the title's central break. At 9:30, a message says Washington is outside Beard's house. The detective says Beard is then inside Washington's house. Beard denies sending the message and points out that her phone should be traceable. That challenges the detective's authorship theory. It does not repair the simple home alibi. Now the story has to explain the message, both phones, and the location data. It also has to explain the missing device.
I thought we were going to have an open dialogue, you and I.
It is open dialogue.
No, you keep saying-
you asking me. You already convict me of this.
I haven't convicted you.
How come you just said I'm on the arrest for murder one tree?
Danny, I know, and I've already said this once, but I think you kind of interrupted me. I already know the who, the what, the when, the where. I just don't know the why.
Okay, and y'all ain't told me nothing. Y'all ain't told me how she died. Y'all ain't told me nothing.
You can tell me how she died because you were there.
Okay,
You killed her.
whatever you say.
Okay?
Whatever you say. Y'all got all this evidence, but y'all don't have. Y'all got a
We
phone.
got all this evidence, and like I
Y'all
said,
don't
it's
have
going
a
to make you
phone.
look really
Yeah.
bad.
You don't have a phone.
Y'all
Y'all not telling me how she died. Y'all don't know how she died. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah, you know she was shot.
Come on, man.
That's why I've asked you about a gun. You know that.
Okay.
And you also know that when we searched your house, we found the same type of bullets that we found at the scene.
Okay. And she has it. If y'all do y'all job, it's in a box.
Why would you
It's in
tell
a
me?
box.
Why would you tell me? Why would you tell me that you didn't own a gun when I find bullets in your house?
Okay, because
And then you have a witness that says, "Yeah, I saw
because
a gun
her
in
kids was there. She gave it to me when
there."
her kids was there.
No. Bullets in your house.
Yes, she gave me the pistol when her kids was there.
Okay, so
Okay, I got the pistol and the bullets. When the kids left, she got the gun back.
When did the kids leave?
Right. Because she went and took them to Texas.
She took them to Texas while you were still at the house.
Yes.
Right. So there's no reason for you to have bullets unless you own a gun. And there's also you wouldn't have bullets to a gun that your close personal friend who's been sticking up for you this whole time said he saw a gun in your house.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
told him that. I said, yes, it's Andre. He knew who it was.
You say you told him that, but when I asked you in our original interview, you said, I don't own a gun. I haven't
know.
touched a gun since I
No,
was a
you
teenager.
asked me, have I owned a gun? I said, no.
I said, when's the last time you held a gun? And you know what you said?
No.
A teenager. And you know how I know that's not true?
Mm.
Because remember we tested you for GSR?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You may have cleaned up, but you tested 2 out of 3 particles for GSR. You don't believe that? You think I'm lying? I'm lying that you tested for 2 out of 3 particles of GSR on your hands. I'm lying about
I
that.
know I ain't got no gun.
The detective ends by stacking separate pressure points. Prosecutors later confirmed ammunition evidence at Beard's home. It matched the caliber and manufacturer of 3 rounds found at the scene. In the room, the detective adds a witness account and Beard's earlier absolute gun denial. He also cites what he says was a gunshot residue result. That last forensic claim should not be treated as conclusive from this video. The analytical point is the callback. An early answer about guns now has to carry every later explanation. From here, the exchange becomes personal and repetitive. We cut ahead to Beard's final denial. The detective leaves to finish the arrest report.
And do this.
Okay. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to finish this arrest report. If you need something, just knock on the door. Okay. All right. Just give us about 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll get you over there.
The interview ends without a confession. What it creates is a record. Beard describes an earlier visit around 9 and a 15 to 20 minute stay. He says he went straight home. Then there is a messenger instruction the detective says is missing and a call at 8:55. There are 2 phones, surveillance access, and new explanations for guns and ammunition. In June 2023, Beard pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. The next month, he was sentenced to 30 years in Florida prison. The sentence includes a 25-year minimum mandatory. As of this July 2026 production check, Florida records list him at Madison Correctional Institution. They project a release date of November 29, 2048. That date and location can change. The detective never got a confession. He got something the case could use, a timeline that could be tested.